Morning, Swallows. Good morning to you all. Just thought I'd start off by saying this is your last maths session, guys. All right, just one thing to point out to you. I'm having a few technical issues with my camera, so it keeps going a bit blurry. So if that's the case, then don't worry, I'm still here. You just don't need to look at this face anymore, Lindy. All right, let's get started, guys. Maths into your blue books, please. Okay, and we're going to start with a little bit of division using a number line today. So I know some of the problems yesterday with division were a little bit problematic. So today we're going to work on a couple of little pointers, get them in our books, and that's enough for today. We're going to practice times tables on LBQ. I'm going to set that as a separate task for sums, so look out for that a little bit later on, guys. All right, right. Date and LO, guys, will be 2nd the 12th 20. It is Wednesday, guys, and LO, okay, again, is to explore division on a number line. Just make sure you get that fitted on, guys, with your rulers. I'm really sorry about this camera. I don't know what's going on with it, but we'll make do with it, eh? Don't worry. Okay, gonna have a starter, guys, please. Gonna just do 2 column multiplications, and I'm going to put them up here because you can see I've got a couple of lines set up for us ready. I'm going to show you what those things are in a little while. All right, so number 1 up here, guys, we're going to do 32. I'm going to times that today by 4, and number 2, I'm going to do 56 multiplied by 8. A bit of a tricky one. All right, just 2 starters, okay, for today. Pause the video when you're ready, guys, as normal. All right, have a go at those in your books. Make sure you got your starter subheading, okay, and then we'll go through them together. Got my purple pen at the ready. Okay, let's have a look, guys. All right, 32 multiplied by 4. We're going to start at the bottom. Tennis ball, remember, guys, it's a column method. So tennis ball from 4 to 2, 4 to 3, okay? Almost like bouncing a tennis ball off a wall, isn't it? And it coming back and hitting something else. So 4 times 2 to start off with is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. We just add that straight into the middle there. Okay, guys. Let's make that a bit clearer for you. 128. All right, I've not done a big enough tram line there, but I'm sure you guys can fix that using your sort of your squares. Unfortunately, I'm no squared paper. All right. So number 2, okay, 8 6s. All right, so I'm going to start with counting in our 8s here, guys. All right, I know that 4s are a little bit easier than the 8s. All right, some of us still finding 8s a little bit problematic, but don't worry, that's an end of year 3 target. Okay, some of us are moving on from 4s and 3s, and now you can be focused on your 8s. All right, so we're going to count in our 8s. As we do in class, 6 fingers up, using the things that I've got on my body to help me. All right, 8 times 6, going to count. In our 8s 6 times, so I'm going to say 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48. What could help me, guys, there is by just writing down 8 lots 6 times and adding 8 each time if you need to the side of the paper. All right, so it's 48. 8 down, regroup the 4. We've done our 1s, onto our 10s now. 8 times 5, already gone past that, guys, so 5 fingers up again, okay. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. That's also in our 5 times tables, isn't it? I had the 4 on for 44. 448, guys. Okay. All right. I'm going to rub those out. Pause it for a moment, get those answers down. Okay. And then we'll have a look at our main introduction. You can go away and have a go at this in your books today. All right. So, like I said, everything written down, please, for me today. Make sure you've got all this working knowledge ready for when we come back in the morning. All right, guys, we'll have a look at this at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. All right, we're going to use division, but today we're going to move on from arrays. All right, so we're going to stop with arrays, those circles that you draw out, and then you add those for division. Okay, I'm going to give you 3 sums, guys. I'm going to work through with you. All right, so we can practice it 3 times. You can work back through them again, because some quite tricky numbers to have a look at today, guys. You're going to have to do a lot of counting But again, do not worry. The ones that you can't do, don't worry about it. This is all pre-learning, all right? There's not a lot I can support you with if I'm not with you, all right? So don't worry about this. This is something that we're trialing, and I know it's a brand new topic to us all, so don't worry about that, okay? First question, guys, like on an assessment, you might receive on your arithmetic paper might be something like that. 21 divided by 3. Now, how to use the number line, and I did find that last year a lot of the children, particularly step 2s and step 3s, found a really good way of using the number line to support their division learning. All right, all you do simply is write out your sum. There are some steps to success here. Remember, we talk about different steps in order to get to the end result. Step 1 would be to write out your sum. Okay, write out your sum on top. Step 2, draw out your number line a little bit lower down, so you've got a bit of space in between. You see, I've got a little bit of space here because in between, I'm going to show you how to bunny hop. I'm going to use bunny hops or Freddy Frog jumps, as I like to call them. Okay. Step to success number 3 would be to write out your 0 at the end, because that's where we're going to start with. And the end number is always the largest number that we're dividing. Okay. The end product, that's what we're going to jump towards. So we're going to use Freddy Frog here to jump. And we're going to aim to get towards 21. Well, what are we jumping in, you might ask, all right? Do we just jump to 21? One jump? No, we don't. Well, that's what the sum tells us. That's why we need our sum written out, okay? We've done the first step. We've done the second step. We've now done the third step. Step 4 would be to look at what you're actually dividing by. Like with arrays, with an array, you draw out 3 circles underneath this somewhere in you to support your learning, okay? In this instance, we don't have the arrays to use, okay? So, this instance, we're jumping in 3s. We're going to count in our 3s to 21, year 3. It's going to help us, okay? So, look at the sum on the board, all right? What I'm going to do, first and foremost, is I'm just going to add 3 to that first number. 0 add 3 is obviously 3. What about next jump? Add 3 again. 6. Add 3 again. 9. Add 3 again. 12. Add 3 again. 15. Add 3 again. 18. Add 3 again. 21. And get to 21 right at the very end. Okay, guys. What you might be aware of is that I've just run out of a little bit of room here, but hopefully you can use the full width of your page to use those squares in order to help you jump. And each time, all I've done is added 3. Not tricky, guys, because 3 fingers every time. You add 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, counting. If you can do that in your head, even better, all right? But I'm thinking about your step 1s here, guys, all right? Use those fingers, that's what you've got them for, all right? All I need to do then, in order to solve my sum, is count how many jumps I've done from 0, okay? The reason that I visually draw the jumps is so that I can count them back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay? I've jumped 7 times, and I know by using my multiplication tables that 21 divided by 3 is 7, because if I do 7 multiplied by 3, I get 21. Remember, we talked about yesterday it being commutative, being, you know, able to use both multiplication and division to solve those problems. That's the first one, guys. Done. Number line, quite straightforward. The number line as compared to the arrays. We're going to make it even simpler on Thursday with a different method. But this for today should hopefully help you. Number 2, steps to success again. 32 divided by 4 this time. What am I aiming for? Step 3, my steps to success. 0 down at the start of the number line, 32. Remember, following the first model, and I'm looking at 32, so I'm counting to 32 in my 4s. All right. This time, I'm going to jump by adding 4, because remember, I'm using the add 4 to that. Get 4. Add another 4 is 8. 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, and finally 32. Okay. Each time I've added 4, because remember, once again, I'm jumping in my 4s. Okay. Final step, guys, to solve the problem. Call it step 5 if you like. After your jumps, I count up the jumps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 32 divided by 4 is of course 8. Because if I do 8 multiplied by 4, I get 32. All right. Second one, number 3, a little bit trickier. You might think that these are quite large numbers, but when we use our multiplication tables, you'll see that for me, if you get this first time, you should be able to smash it straight away, guys. All right. This is the last one, and then I'm going to let you set off and have a go at some of the tasks that I've set. Okay. First step in our steps to success. Second step, draw out your number line. Third step, just adjust my camera for you there. Write the numbers in which I'm jumping towards. So I'm going to start at 0, and I'm jumping to 56. What am I jumping in? In my 8s. So this time I'm going to count in my 8s. All right. So 0 add 8 is obviously 8. 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, and finally 56. Okay, all right. Each time adding 8. You can't add 8 like I just did in my head. What can we use? That's right, we can use our fingers, guys. Okay, all right, we could write it down on the side. Count my jumps to finish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I know that 56 divided by 8 is of course 7, because I know that 7 multiplied by 8 gets me 56. Okay, use the inverse, use the knowledge of what you know. Look at the maths that you just created in just 3 sums, guys. All right. There aren't many sums on your tasks today. I think step 3, I think you've got about 7 or 8 to complete. Step 2's 5, and I think step 1's, I think you've got 5 as well. Have a look at your sheets, guys. Test yourselves. Go at which step you feel you're okay to do. But there are some very, very large numbers that might need some very long number lines. Okay, so just be aware of how big you're making your jumps using your squares. I'd say no more than 2 or 3 squares wide each of these pieces. Other than that, have a go, see what you can do, get them uploaded. Thank you for all your efforts this week. Okay, come back to you later on with the sums. Okay, take care.